Now what we're gonna do is now we're gonna use our towels, okay? So we're gonna take our 2 little towels here, or our socks or our sliders or whatever you have accessible to you. I am actually gonna shuffle myself back a little bit here. I'm gonna take my yoga block, I'm gonna put it between my knees like this. My feet are gonna be on my slippery surface, and I'm gonna slide myself, or I'm just gonna lead myself back a little bit here. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna give this block a little squeeze. You're gonna try your best, and this isn't gonna be perfect, and that's okay. You're gonna try your best to keep your knees and your heels in line with each other, meaning not ending up like this, not ending up like this, or any goofy thing in between. So we're gonna try to keep that in line. It's gonna be tricky, but that's okay. And then what you're gonna do is go up on your heels for me again, rotate those knees inwards, and now you get the option of either placing your foot down or keeping your heels lifted up the whole time. I'm fine with either one, but do make sure that if you're keeping your feet up, that you're not just getting rotation from your ankles, and that once again you've spun those knees inwards to get into that position. And if you have really long feet, I have pretty short feet so I can get away with this, you can move your heels a little bit further apart or use a slightly wider object, and that's fine as well. But we are gonna keep a little squeeze on this the whole time. That's gonna keep our inner thigh muscles and our inner hamstring muscles a little bit more involved in what's happening. Now, keeping our knees rotated inwards, all you're gonna do is you're gonna slowly slide your knees towards knee extension, but not fully locking your knees out. But the whole time you're sliding out, I want you to think about trying to spin those knees inwards even more. And then same thing, when you come back, as you bend those knees, remember what I said earlier, you get more knee bend in more knee flexion. So you're continuously trying to squeeze out a little bit more rotation. Bring those knees back as far as you can, and then slide them back out again. But don't lose, or fight to try not to lose, any degree of that inward rotation of your knees as you slide those knees out. Remember, we're not fully locking, and then we come back up. The reason we're not fully locking is that the knee joint, when it locks, you lose rotation. And we're trying to keep a little bit of rotation the whole time. Now, same thing here, one more time, slide out. Think spin in, spin in, spin in, squeeze that block the whole time. And now again, the last one here, when you come back, try to capture as much inwards rotation as you can, and not just from your ankles. Think about squeezing this block and making it happen up top here. If you're feeling a lot of strain in your ankles, that's your body trying to use your ankles instead of your knees. Now we're gonna do the exact same thing going outwards. So we're gonna rotate our knees out, and you're gonna slowly slide those heels out, fighting for a more outward rotation as you come down, not fully locking, and then dragging it back in. Now, the reason that we're focusing on knee rotation right now is that knee rotation, believe it or not, is the fundamental movement of your knee. So how much rotation you have and how much rotation you maintain will actually speak to the health of your knee, how much space you have in between the bones in your knee, and therefore how likely you are to experience degeneration or early onset osteoarthritis. So if we maintain the rotational capacity in our knees, which also helps us maintain the joint space in our knees, it helps to keep our knees healthy over time.